Tonight on Newswatch, how you could get money from the Athens City Auditor's Office.
Plus, tomorrow marks the 2-year anniversary of the Ukrainian war. Details on the new sanctions the U.S. is putting on Russia.
And in sports, the OU men's and women's basketball teams try to start win streaks. Newswatch starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Alex and Wally.
And I'm Haley Sueno. Welcome to Newswatch. Well, it's your money and it's just sitting waiting for you to come and claim it. Nearly $2,700 is unclaimed funds are with the Athens City Auditors. Unclaimed funds are typically lost or forgotten money from inactive checkings and savings accounts. To check to see if you might have some money, there is a list posted at the City Building in Athens Community Center. And if you're owed more than $50, you should have received a letter in the mail.
We send letters out notifying people. They don't know where that check is anymore.
You have until March 6th to claim any funds. Well, you're taking a live look now at the Nelsonville Town Square, where some nearby streets will soon be closed for water main construction.
That's right, the intersection of Madison Street and West Franklin Street will be closed from Monday until 8:30 a.m. until Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. The city of Nelsonville says detour signs will be posted with alternate routes. Now, joining us now is Newswatch lead forecaster Emily Dietz, and it's been pretty warm outside for the past couple days, so tell us what we can expect.
Absolutely.
For sure. Well, I've really been enjoying the warm weather, even though it's February, it's starting to feel like spring, and I don't know about you guys, the showers, and I don't know if you saw the rainbow earlier today. It was really quite nice out.
I missed it.
For sure. I don't know what you've been doing to enjoy the nice weather, but it's been getting pretty cold. Well, it's going to be getting pretty cold tomorrow, and we're actually going to be seeing some snow. So if we take a look at what's going on in Athens right now, it's actually pretty nice still, and it doesn't even seem like it would be snowing tomorrow. We're seeing temperatures right now about 55 degrees and skies are clear, although our humidity has gone up a little bit since we've had that rain earlier today. Now what's going on is we had this low pressure system over the past couple of hours move through along with that cold front and that push past towards the east coast, and that's what produced the rain and even a little bit of thunderstorm that we saw earlier this afternoon. But what we're really going to be focusing on is this low pressure and cold front system that's sitting in the Great Lakes in the upper Midwest area that's going to be coming down from Canada, producing some snow. Now that snow has warranted a special weather statement issued by the National Weather Service Wilmington office for the western part of the state. They're issuing this special weather statement because we are expecting 1 inch to 2 inches of snow, and as temperatures overnight start to cool, those roads may be freezing, especially since we had that rain today that's going to be soaking into the ground and may be causing some cooler, slick spots as you may have any weekend travels going on forward. So tonight we'll see that overnight low of 28 degrees, so quite different from what we've been seeing the past week. Last night we were about in the 40s, and even during the day we were in the 40s, even into the 50s, but that cold front is really going to be hitting us hard, and we're going to be seeing a 50% chance of snow showers tonight, but the main bulk of the snow won't be coming until the main part of the day tomorrow. That's around 5-6 a.m., and that's going to be carrying on through part of the afternoon, so it'll definitely be quite different outside from what we've been seeing. Be sure to stay tuned for my full forecast. We're going to dive into the system and take a look at how it's going to develop over the next couple of hours.
Well, the Israel-Palestine conflict in Gaza is removed from most people's daily lives. But for one Ohio University alum, her 13-year-old daughter is one of the 25,000 people who have died in the conflict. Post reporter Hershita Sinkanya joins me to talk about her conversation with the alum who is raising money to help her family leave the conflict behind. Thanks so much for joining me. So first, could you just tell us a little bit about this alum that's looking to raise money for her family?
So her name is Samar Al-Khtor, and I interviewed her for the story when I was writing it. And she came to Athens in 2017 to pursue her master's in international development studies and graduated in 2019. After that, she moved to Canada where she sought asylum, and then now she's raising money to get her family out of Gaza so they can join her in Canada.
Okay, so her family is in Gaza right now. Does she still have contact with them at the moment?
So the funds that she's raising for her includes her sister and her sister's children and husband. She only has contact with them right now, and that's also very spotty. It doesn't always work out, and sometimes no communication really weighs over her, and she gets really concerned about their well-being. And yeah, she's raising money to have them be in a safe place with her.
So just how much money is she looking to raise for her family?
So getting her family out of Gaza is very expensive, and she's raising about $33,000 US to have all four of them be with her. Originally, she was also raising money for her 13-year-old daughter to join her, but she unfortunately passed away due to malnutrition in Gaza, and now she's met about $14,000 of her goal, and she still has a long way to go, but donating will help her.
Yeah, so people looking to donate, where can they go to help out Summer's family?
So to donate for her cause, people could either look up Summer Al-Khtor on GoFundMe on Google. A simple search should pop up, should be the first search on Google, and then if not, it's also linked in my story that's published on the Post's website. So these are the two ways that people can find ways to donate to her.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, to read Harshita's story, go to thepostathens.com and look under the news section.
Early and absentee voting has begun in Ohio for the March 19th primary election, and one Ohio U.S. Senate candidate is getting a local endorsement. The Scioto County Republican Party is supporting Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose's campaign for the party nomination. LaRose runs against businessman Bernie Moreno and State Senator Matt Dolan in the Republican primary. The winner will face incumbent Democrat U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown in the fall. Now, on the national stage, two candidates remain for the GOP presidential nomination, and the South Carolina Republican presidential primary is just one day away. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is trailing in the polls in her home state. Former President Donald Trump holds a wide lead among GOP voters, but Haley says she will continue on no matter the outcome.
I was running for president a year ago. There were 14 people in that race. I defeated a dozen of the fellas. I just got one more I gotta catch up to.
Despite what the polls show, Haley argues she is the candidate who can beat President Joe Biden in the November general election. The former governor will have to make it through 18 more primary elections before Ohio will get the chance to weigh in on the potential nomination. Now, coming up, why the police are investigating the death of a student near the University of Georgia.
And what Russia's sanctions mean coming into the second year of war in Ukraine.
We've had fairly nice weather this week, but things are going to be taking a turn tomorrow. We're expecting to see some snow flurries. Stay tuned to Newswatch to find out how this will impact you.
Are you tired all the time? Do you wish you slept like you used to? Poor sleep is an underlying cause of many chronic diseases, including heart disease, obesity, diabetes, mood imbalances, and so much more. Carmen Meyer takes a food-first approach to getting a good night's sleep.
Please join me, Carmen Meyer, and learn what to eat and when to eat it, and eat to sleep.
Saturday at 8 on WOUB.
Sometimes we have to look that monster right in the face. Show we're not afraid of it anymore.
Love is the best thing we have. It's the only thing we have.
No more secrets. I just want to be right here in this moment with you.
I trust nothing untoward has occurred.
Bright things ahead, darling. Brightness and joy.
Those that underestimate us should do so at their own peril.
And if they do, so bloody what?
Open your eyes.
Action!
Best episode ever.
I'm Rick Steves. Join me as we scale the mighty Alps. we'll travel through 5 different alpine countries and see some of Europe's most iconic mountains. Along the way, we'll conquer many of these peaks, enjoying plenty of thin air thrills. We'll visit charming towns and experience lots of unique alpine culture. And finally, we'll hike from easy day trips to a classic long-distance tour.
Monday at 8 on WOUB.
Happening now, a University of Georgia police say a suspect is in custody for allegedly killing a nursing student. The Augusta University student was found near the University of Georgia earlier today. Students are now being urged to travel in groups as police investigate. Mike Valeria tells us why authorities suspect foul play.
I want to start off by saying that this is a tragic day.
It's a loss felt across 2 college campuses. 22-year-old Laken Hope Riley found dead Thursday on the University of Georgia's campus in Athens. Riley was a nursing student on the dean's list at nearby Augusta University.
There is no higher priority at the University of Georgia than the safety and security of our campus community.
Police said Riley went for a run Thursday morning, but her friend became worried when Riley didn't come home. About a half hour after a friend called 911, police found the nursing student's body near a jogging path and a lake on UGA's campus.
It's usually really busy. People bring their dogs and their friends. It's usually a super social place, so it's definitely not somewhere that I ever thought was unsafe.
As far as in my knowledge, there has not been a homicide in the last 20 years here on campus.
All classes on the University of Georgia's Athens campus are canceled Friday, and Augusta University also canceled Friday classes at its College of Nursing campus in Athens. Officials said Riley's cause and manner of death are pending an examination of the body. I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
Tomorrow marks the 2nd anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. And with no end in sight, the war becomes more and more costly for Ukraine's allies. The U.S. is responsible for $66 billion in aid for Ukraine. An additional $60 billion has been passed in the Senate, but awaits House approval. And today, the Biden administration announced that more than 500 sanctions against Russia. This follows the death of Alexei Navalny, a Russian opposition leader who died in a Siberian prison last week.
New measures against Russia in the wake of the death of Alexei Navalny, the 2-year anniversary of Russia's aggression against Ukraine, and actually a decade of aggression against Ukraine, I think will also have a real impact.
The sanctions will be imposed by the U.S. Treasury, State, and Commerce departments. The sanctions are intended to limit Russia's revenues and its ability to acquire war materials.
Well, the driest place in the country is now home to a mysterious lake. It appeared at Death Valley National Park after Hurricane Hillary drenched the area last August. It was about 6 miles long and 3 miles wide at its peak, and several recent storms helped keep the lake full. But in recent weeks, the lake has been slowly evaporating. No one knows how long it will take for the sun to completely bake away the water. Well, Newswatch lead forecaster Emily Dietz is back with us. Emily, it was raining a ton yesterday. I don't think quite enough for a lake, but maybe a stream or river. It was a lot.
For sure, yeah, we definitely saw a decent amount of rain yesterday, even a pop-up thunderstorm this afternoon, and I know my shoes were wet walking to class, and that was enough water for me. I don't need to see any lakes or any streams going on any further. But taking a look at what's going on outside right now in Athens, we're looking at 55-degree temperatures, so quite nice outside. It's been similar like this the entire week. We've seen pretty comfortable temperatures going on, as well as some clear skies right now. We had a pretty stormy afternoon, and then there was a rainbow following it, so a great way to end the week. And we're also seeing that humidity start to go up since we put a lot of precipitation back into the air from this rain shower this afternoon. Now what happened is we had this low pressure system and cold front push through the area that produced this rain that we saw, but what we're really going to want to focus on is this low pressure system and cold front that's really to the north and northwest of us. This cold front has a lot of cold air behind it coming down from Canada, and as this pushes over the Great Lakes area, along with this low pressure system, that's going to produce the snow that we're anticipating tomorrow morning, and that's the snow that warranted this special weather statement issued from the National Weather Service in Wilmington, Ohio. This special weather statement issue states that we're expecting 1 to 2 inches of snow tonight into tomorrow morning, and that roads may be slick since we're going to be seeing some freezing temperatures going on tonight. Speaking of which, we're going to see an overnight low of 28 here in Athens. And since we had that rain today and we may be seeing the snow overnight, especially early morning tomorrow, the roads may be slick. So if you have any plans to travel tomorrow morning, make sure you take extra caution. That 50% chance of snow showers will be starting around 11 o'clock tonight into the midnight hours. But for the most part, we're really going to be seeing a 70% chance of snow showers around 6 a.m. here in Athens. We'll see a high of 39 degrees, so quite a big difference from what we're seeing today, about 20 degrees, and our overnight conditions will be back in the 20s tomorrow night as well. Taking a look at our next map, this is going to snow accumulation map. So as we move throughout the day, if you're in an area that sees a lot of green, we're expecting 1.5 to 2 inches of snow in this green area here. If you're on the outside of that in that gray area, that's where we're looking at about 1 inch of snow. And this white in the background is a lot of that cloud cover we'll be seeing. So as this system continues to move through, we're expecting snow along the northwest part down into the southeast part of Ohio, sort of on a diagonal. And tomorrow night, we're going to see that system start to wrap up. So we may be seeing a little bit of snowy slush start to come down, possibly even some ice as those temperatures start to shift overnight and the system starts to take over towards the east. Now, as we move into Sunday, we're seeing a high pressure system that will come in dominating the area, and it's going to be back up into the 50s. This high pressure system is going to clear the clouds out of the way and allow for a lot of this warming to come up from the south. So we go from seeing 39-degree highs to about mostly sunny skies and 51. So quite a big difference from what we're seeing on Saturday. Saturday is going to be a bit of a weird day, but we'll still be seeing a chilly overnight condition. As we move into Monday, we're going to be seeing temperatures back into the 60s, especially on Tuesday. It will be rainy because we are expecting a pretty extensive low pressure system to move over into the United States, and it'll be producing a lot of this rain in these nicer temperatures that we're expecting to see next week.
Thanks, Emily. Well, American homeowners often rely on video security systems to keep their families safe. But a recent glitch by one smart camera maker is raising security and privacy concerns. Michael Yoshida has the story.
Smart camera maker Wise is blaming a technical glitch for a security issue that allowed about 13,000 customers to see images and video from inside other people's homes last week.
I work in this space, so I'm not all that surprised.
Wise says customers saw thumbnails from other users' homes in the company's app. 1,500 of them tapped to enlarge the thumbnails, allowing some customers to watch footage from other people's cameras. Rob Gabriel, a home security expert for SafeHome.org, says while it may be convenient to access wireless security cameras remotely through our devices, that ease and comfort comes with a cost.
Our privacy risk is almost like a tax that we pay for the convenience of being connected to the internet and, the Internet of Things.
Gabriel says companies have the responsibility to make sure they keep improving their security protocols. There are also simple steps you can take to minimize your risk. First, check the company's track record. Second, only put cameras in living rooms, hallways, and near doors, not in bathrooms or bedrooms. That way, if someone accessed your home security camera, they won't capture your most intimate moments. Gabriel also recommends cameras with privacy shutters.
It's an actual physical shutter that you can hear click on and off so that the camera is not viewing you when you don't want it to be.
Wise says more than 99.75% of all accounts were unaffected by the security issue. And the company says it has added a new layer of verification before users can see thumbnails and videos to prevent this from happening again. I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Sports wagering rules are changing in Ohio. Prop bets will no longer be allowed for individual players at the college level. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and the Ohio Casino Control Commission announced today Ohio bettors can no longer bet on collegiate players' performances. Although team-based wagers are still allowed, the change prioritizes player safety following threats made against players on the University of Dayton basketball team. These threats came shortly after Ohio's sports betting laws went into effect in January of 2023. Now, Newswatch reporter Bryce Tinson is with me. Bryce, speaking of college basketball, what can we expect this upcoming weekend?
Alex, we got 2 huge collegiate level games tomorrow, but we can't overlook the high school tournament going on right now. We've got 7 tournament games tonight and tomorrow. I'll take you through those after the break. And for the latest from Newswatch, follow us on Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube.
Postseason is in full swing, and we've got some big matchup ahead. For the girls, top dog Waterford and 9th seed Tribble battle it out for a 3rd time this season. The 7th-seeded Athens takes on the number 2-seeded Circleville, and on the boys' side, 10th-seeded Vinton County goes head-to-head with the 7th-seeded Jackson Ironman. Episode 6 airs this upcoming Sunday at 11 p.m. and Monday at 6 p.m. And as always, we're reminding you to be heroic.
PBS is celebrating the 25th anniversary of Ken Burns' brilliant film, The Civil War, with a complete frame-by-frame restoration from the original negative. It's truly glorious to look at. We talked with Ken Burns himself about what made it the most successful documentary series in broadcast history. Please join me, Sam Waterston, for this tribute to Ken Burns, The Civil War.
Thursday at 8 on WOUB.
Thanks to viewers like you, we've been able to tell America's stories on this PBS station. Help us continue to tell these stories now and for future generations by including this station in your charitable plans.
Supporting this PBS station through a gift in your will is easy. To find out more, call the number on your screen or visit this website. Thank you.
In America, horses helped forge a new world. And that new world created unique horses. Shaped by land and work, but sustained by their connection to us. Each breed has its own story and legacy. These are American horses.
Wednesday at 8 on WOUB.
Happy Friday, everyone. We've got 2 tournament games tonight to get your weekend started right. The 3-seed Federal Hockey Lancers started their tournament journey as of about 30 minutes ago against 15-seed Glenwood. Last time the Lancers were on the court, Andrew Earhart dropped a school record 46 points. Try stopping him and Tarek Cottrell. Good luck. The other game sees the 5-seed Tomcats take on 12-seed Miller in an attempt to right the wrongs of last Friday's loss. Having already beat Miller this season by 30 points, they're coming in with confidence. They tip off in a little bit over an hour, but wait, we got some more action for you. Saturday has a ton of great matchups that catch the eye. Nelsonville York has an uphill battle against 2-seed Minford. Waterford and Southern are playing for the 3rd time this season. Wildcats won both regular season games. The Athens girls will attempt to upset undefeated 2-seed Circleville. Now, Alexander won 4 of their last 5, but they now face the 3-seed Portsmouth West Senators. The Lancers surprisingly had the easiest matchup on paper, but that doesn't make it easy taking on 2-loss Adena. Now, all district players for District 13 were announced this morning, and there's some big names that made that list. Now, among the first teamers for Division II are Garrett Brown and freshman Reed Brenniger. Now, some other notable names on the honorable mention list are Athens' Leo Martin and Alexander's Mason Morris. Division III, NY's Keegan Swope received first-team honors with 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. And the Buckeyes added 2 more players to the list, with Belpre and Wilson also earning 2 representatives each. The Division IV is dominated by Federal Hockey. Lancers win Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, and get 2 first-teamers, and Jared Armstrong and Levi Weber join them with 2 standout seasons. Now, at the college level, the men's basketball team is hunting for a new win streak and the 3-seed in the MAC tournament. And they'll attempt to do it against a Northern Illinois team they handled at the beginning of January, winning 78-66. In that game, A.J. Clayton and Jalen Hunter combined for 43 points, and I'm sure they wouldn't mind a repeat performance. Currently, the Bobcats are 2 games back of the current 3-seed Central Michigan, with the tiebreaker on their side. But don't tell them that. They're carrying the same mentality they've had all year long. Take it 1 game at a time.
And, our guys have done a great job all year of just really locking in on, game-by-game basis. We had a big game at Northern Illinois. It'll be a tough road game for us. But I like our guys where they're at right now. Even, the couple losses we had, they're locked in.
Now, the women's team is also fresh off of snapping a losing streak, and their first winning streak since late January is on the line. And they can slay some demons in the process. Buffalo was the team that snapped their 3-game win streak and sent them into the recent 5-game skid. They did so winning the 3rd quarter 32-11. While the 3rd has been somewhat of a kryptonite for the Bobcats this season, their win over Kent State gave them a much-needed confidence boost. It's not easy a task winning in Buffalo, But then again, it's hard to win in general. Head coach Bob Bolden knows that.
I think in that losing streak, we played some good basketball and didn't win.
So we understand how hard it is to actually win the game. And you know, I encourage them to enjoy those moments because it is really hard to win.
Now their game Saturday is set to tip at 2. Now I'll do it for sports. Haley, back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Bryce. Well, still ahead, a new discovery in the Amazon rainforest that might make your skin crawl. But first, here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
For more than 70 years, WOUB Public Media has been the place where people in our region turn to learn how stories of the past ignite the imagination of the future. It's where information, entertainment, and education work together to inform, enlighten, and inspire generations. It's the place where the community gathers to hear and see our world in new and innovative ways. WOUB, the public media you trust that's worthy of your support.
We're creating a mixed income community. Being low income shouldn't bar you from experiencing a higher quality of life.
I have grown up in a journalism environment where I was frequently the only woman in the room.
At some points, a row of trees went in.
I feel segregated. They were planted to hide this community.
We live in a virtual reality world. Everybody everywhere knows what's going on. So people are aware that there's a problem here.
I wanted her story told, and I felt good that I was the one that was able to tell it.
I know how to do other things to survive.
Rise up and say, you know what? Enough is enough.
We cover all the angles. We report the facts. We find clarity. PBS is here, delivering the credible, reliable, thoughtful election coverage you need to make informed decisions. PBS, your trusted election source.
Finally tonight, a new species of snake, possibly the biggest in the world, has been discovered in the Amazon rainforest. The newly identified northern green anaconda was found by a team from the University of Queensland while filming an upcoming TV series. The team's leader said they encountered a female anaconda that was more than 20 feet long. And according to scientists, they've heard anecdotal evidence of even larger snake sightings. Anacondas are non-venomous snakes typically found in or near water in warm parts of South America. Ooh, I don't care if it's non-venomous. That's scary.
I'm not even a fan of the snakes you might see like in a garden or like in your yard.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's pretty big.
Oh, yeah. 20 feet long.
20 feet long is crazy. It's just crazy. What are we doing?
Makes you think, what else is the Amazon rainforest hiding? I mean, we're definitely not going to be feeling temperatures that snake is feeling in the Amazon rainforest. Matter of fact, tonight it's going to be quite cold. We're looking at an overnight low of 28 degrees with a 50% chance of snow showers, so quite different from what we've been seeing this week. Now, those snow showers have a special weather statement issued for them. We're looking about 1 inch to 2 inches of snow and even some slick spots, in the morning, since we have those temperatures dipping below freezing tonight. Now, tomorrow we'll see the bulk of these snow showers moving in the mid-morning times around 6 to 8 a.m. with a high of 39 degrees. So things are going to be quite cool with an overnight low of 20 degrees. Now, tomorrow there's a good look at that low pressure system and how it's just going to be sweeping through, dumping rain, snow, and even possibly some ice in some areas across the state. But right behind it, we have a high pressure system, which will be clearing that out quite nicely, setting us up for a beautiful Sunday and Monday. So Saturday is a bit of the outlier here this week with a high of 39, Sunday high of 51, and Monday we're just going to see those temperatures keep climbing as we get into the week, but we are expecting some rain showers. So in the meantime, try and enjoy this weekend no matter how cold it may be.
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. For Emily
Support comes from Explore Hocking Hills, welcoming guests to the Hocking Hills State Park, providing an